Hello, hello. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. The day after a 3-day weekend. Wow. All right. I'm just going to hang out here for just a second to check in and make sure that I am live on both Facebook, the Finding Joy Everyday Facebook group, and on YouTube. So just give me a second here. Let's see. Just checking in. I think I am. Hello, good morning. How is everyone? Good morning, Sherry from Toledo. Thank you. So if you're on Facebook, if you're joining us on Facebook in the private Facebook group, please give StreamYard permission to show your name. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user, and we don't know who you are, and we want to know who you are this morning because we are going to do a couple giveaways. And for those who attend, and I want to make sure that I see you. So good morning, good morning. All right, Facebook user, we'd love to know who you are. If you could give StreamYard permission to show your name, we would love to see who's here, but we're so happy to have you. Let me just check in with my team. Yeah. Okay, great. All right. Yes, everything's looking good, Lynn. Okay. All right, fantastic. All right, so let's dive in here. If you were here again, remember, if you're here with me, please give StreamYard permission, if you're on Facebook, in our private Facebook group, to share your name, because we'd love to hear from you, and we love the comments. That's where all the gold comes from in all of these classes, and everything I do is really through your comments and the things that you pick up on. So welcome. Hey, good morning, Jen. Happy Tuesday. Good to see you here. So happy to see everyone here after that. It's been a long, and if you're from California, Southern California, hot weekend. So, and the hair is showing a little bit of wear here. We don't have air conditioning. Listen, it's a benefit to live so close to the Pacific Ocean. And this is where the benefits run out because when you have a heat wave like we had this past weekend, you really need air. So, but I've got a lot of fans, and it kind of reminds me of my childhood when I lived back on the East Coast. Hi, good morning, Mickey. Thank you for saying we can't see your name. You're still showing up as a Facebook user, but I'm glad that you said this is Mickey. So I'm glad you're here. And I'm not sure how that works. Okay, good morning. I want to dive in here this morning. All right, Jen says she already did her journaling. That's great. But by the way, if you haven't done your journaling, that's okay. That's why we're having this kickoff call, so I can take you through it and answer questions if you have them, put them in the chat. But let's dive in here and let me share with you the reason why I'm doing this, right? Well, those who've been in my Align community for a long time know why I'm doing it. And because I believe that when we are in alignment, and that means, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, our businesses and our lives run on an aligned track, and we can find more joy every day. And honestly, this 30-30 challenge came to me through my own practice of daily alignment. Okay, my own daily practice of awareness, my own ritual. All right. So this is how it came to me, was during this. So what I want to share with you is when we commit to this daily practice that we're going to go through and spend the next 30 days together, because I want you to really hone this ritual. I want you to adopt this ritual. I want it to become like brushing your teeth, okay, in the morning and at night before you go to bed. You just never miss brushing your teeth, right? So you'd never not, like eating, you'd never not eat a meal, every day. I want this to become so ingrained in you, it's like a daily imprint, right, on your life. And the only way to do that is to create a new habit, to create a new ritual. And we don't do that once. If we do it once, we don't do it if we practice it twice or 3 times. You actually have to do it every single day. And I've got some great information to share with you in a couple minutes. It just happened to come about yesterday in a in an article I was reading, but of course, nothing happens by accident. So Mickey, I'm glad you're here. So good to hear from you. Kathy, thanks for welcoming everyone. So let's look at this. And you should have, again, Jen had, she's in our Align community. We do this every Monday morning anyway, but she's already done her journaling. But let's just say that you haven't. You should have received your first journal prompt in your inbox this morning, your email inbox. So that's the first step. That's the first thing I want to cover. If you didn't receive it, you need to reach out to Kathy. Kathy on our team, she's Kathy at smartwomensolutions.com. She's also available by text, phone, 310-266-0416. That's the first step, is to making sure that you're getting the emails, but be sure before you reach out to Kathy that you check your junk because a lot of times things are going to junk these days. So check your junk before and get that set up. And the other thing that you should have received is, and this came, I think, on Sunday, is the Align Your Mind Success Sheet. Why did I create this? Because I know that you have a very hectic and harried life, right? With business, with commitments, with family, with kids, whatever it is, your life is not your own most of the time. And so I created this success sheet. It's like a cheat sheet, really, that helps you get organized the night before and what to do the day of. Okay, so just let Kathy know if you do not have the Align Your Mind Success Sheet. It's going to help you greatly. And in that success sheet, I talk about setting yourself up for success. And I talk about how you have to prepare the night before. So in this kickoff, I want to make sure you understand that really aligning your mind for greatness and really wherever you are right now in your life and your business with your goals and your dreams, wherever you are right now, you have another level. Actually, you have many levels of greatness inside of you that need to be unearthed, that need to come out. But that won't happen unless you begin this daily practice, this daily ritual, right? And so it isn't something that we commit to, again, just once or twice. I want you to commit to it with me for 30 days. And then what I'm hoping is it'll just become a daily practice, a daily ritual, again, like brushing your teeth or, eating a meal. Great. Sherry, well, read the success sheet through yesterday and found it very helpful. Oh, that's great. That's great. Thanks, Sherry. Yeah, found it very helpful. It is helpful because we need to get prepared the day before, right? So helpful. So really getting prepared to flex and align your mind starts really the night before, and just read through that sheet. There are 4 little tips I give you about laying things out, getting things ready. Because when you wake up in the morning, you want to just go directly to the to the practice of awareness. If you wake up and you're not ready and you haven't done anything, there's a great chance that you won't do it. You know why? Because there's so many other things that are on your to-do list for the day, right? There's so many other things that we have to do. So we have to prepare ourselves the night before, plan and prepare. Okay. All right. So we talked about the success sheet. And I also want to share with you that if you miss a day because of, listen, life happens because of some, an emergency or something happens in your schedule and you miss a day, don't just go on to the next day. Go ahead and go back so that you follow it in succession. All right. So if you would miss Friday, on Saturday, go back and do Friday and just continue on for the 30 days. Why? Because these journal prompts are designed uniquely to follow each other every single day. So I just want you to just continue on and go back. It's okay if you miss a day. Listen, we're all about progress, not perfection over here. Progress, not perfection, right? People say, does it look perfect? I don't know. I have not seen it. Other than my children, I don't know that I've ever seen perfection. So it's about moving forward. It's about gaining that momentum. So I don't want you to beat yourself up, which we are so good at, ladies. I don't want you to beat yourself up if in fact you miss something. Just start where you are with the day that you missed and move forward. Okay. All right. I want to make sure that you got that information. And then, so why did I do this now? Why did it come to me sort of in my morning practice? I mean, it literally was like a download. It was literally like, you need to do a 30-30 challenge. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to share something with you. This is the first time in my business in, almost 18 years that I've ever done any sort of a challenge with my community. You know why? Because I really don't like those things. I'm just being completely honest with you. I've never thought about doing one. I've never really cared for it. I don't really like challenges in that way where myself, but I will tell you that this was divinely guided. It came to me like it hit me on the head like a brick during my morning practice when I was up in Park City. And it wasn't like you might think about, it's a good idea. Maybe it was like, you need to do this. You must do this. And I'll tell you, here's how I know it was right. Because it came together I had no issue getting it together. It was easy to write. It was easy to create. Everything just came to me so easily. Every email I wrote, everything that I did. So I know it was right. Okay. So those are the kind of things I want to share that with you, because when you have this daily practice of awareness, when you have this daily ritual to commit to align your mind, this is going to happen for you too. And why is that important? Because it's going to make your life, your day, so much easier. You're going to flow with grace and ease. Yeah, that's right. I love that Mickey said 30-30 is going to be great. It's like the first day of school. It's really true. And you know what, Mickey? I was having my daily practice, and then I was actually sitting out on the deck in Park City. And you know that school started earlier than the school bus went by. It's so funny that you say that, because it is. It's like the first day of school. We're all going back together. But here's the thing. I want you to finish 2022 strong. And this is the perfect time, the day after Labor Day, now through the end of the year. What do you want to raise your glass to? What do you want to celebrate on New Year's Eve? You have time right now. You still have time to accomplish that, because see, when your mind is aligned, you think differently, you think faster, your mind works faster, you process decisions quicker. So a lot of things that you think that, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time, I'm out of time, I'm going to have to look at that for 2023. You actually have time now. You still have time now when you commit to this. Good morning, Patricia. So happy to see you here. So wonderful to see you here. So what does it mean to be aligned? What does it mean to align your mind? Why did I choose the word alignment? Well, it's like, have you ever driven a car that's out of alignment? Right? Have you ever driven a car that's out of alignment? I have, and you know what? I just recently, so I want to share a quick story with you, because this is going to be so important as we go through our 30 days together. When a car is out of alignment, you have to hold on to the steering wheel like this, because it's so hard to steer, because it's trying to take you in a direction that you don't want to go, over into another lane where you might have an accident, or off the side of the road. And you have to hold tight to keep it in the lane, right? Because it's out of alignment. And that actually happened to me when I was in Park City. I was sharing with someone over the weekend that my car, did battle with a very large rock in the road, and the rock won. And so I hit this very big rock. My reaction time wasn't quick enough. And guess what? I had to get 2 new tires. You know why? Now remember, it only hit 1 tire, but when I took it in, the guy says, yeah, but you got to have 2 new tires, because your car is immediately going to go out of alignment. You got to have 2 new front tires. You got it? To keep it aligned. Well, your mind is just like that. Your mind needs to be aligned. But let's kind of go through, let's look at what happens typically in the morning. Let's talk about, now this is not going to happen over the next 30 days because we're all committed to this, but let's look at how where you're making decisions from, where you're making decisions about your business, your family, your personal life, your community. Let's look at where people typically make decisions. Okay, here's what we do. We wake up barely, and typically we've got that phone. I'm using this hand because that's my bedside table's there. We've got that phone right there on the bedside table, and we pick it up, right? And we start to look at it. And we're either doing one of 2 things. We're either scrolling through the social media feed, or we are reading emails. Okay. So this is like, go with me here. This is like we are inviting 200 plus, 200 minimum people into our bedroom, and we're not even awake yet. We haven't even had our coffee. We don't even have our eyes open. Understand? That is what most people are doing to imprint their day. Now, let's say that the comment you made yesterday on social media just got you just got judged or criticized in some way for what you did. Now, remember, your eyes are barely open and you're taking that in. That's the energy that you've decided to take in, right? Maybe you're reading emails and you got an email from a client or customer that's not so happy. You're taking that in. Now you're taking that in. Now you're getting up, and this is the place where you're making decisions from after judgment and criticism, or maybe an angry client or customer. Do you see where I'm going with this? This is why I was saying earlier in some of the emails that I wrote about you can read all the how-to books, you can listen to all the how-to podcasts, you can do all of those things, but if you're not aligned right here when you wake up to make decisions for your life, your business, your family, it's not going to work. So that's why we're doing this together. That's why we're doing this 30-30 challenge. And again, I want to make sure everybody hears, Patrice, if you miss a day, you just go back and start with the journal prompt from the day before, and you just move forward. And by the way, all these things, Kathy is your point person. You do not want me to be your point person. That is not my genius. That is not my level of greatness. Kathy's your point person. So if you have questions, if you didn't get your journal prompt, if you don't have your Align Your Mind success sheet, reach out to Kathy because she'll send that to you and get that to you. You need your Align Your Mind success sheet. That's gonna pull you through these 30 days, especially when you might be falling off track due to other obligations or others. Listen, ladies, we're women entrepreneurs. We're running the world. We're doing so many things. You are going to get taken off track over these next 30 days, but that's why we're going to be here. Okay, Kathy? Thank you, Kathy. Thanks so much. Yes, Patrice, we're so happy to have you. Everybody, we've got an incredible group of women. I know some women had sent a message that they have to listen later. We have an incredible group of women in this challenge. A lot of women in this challenge. We were surprised at how many women signed up, but it really, warmed my heart because it told me that women, it was speaking to them and they knew that they needed it. Okay, so let's talk about, there are 3 steps to align your life and your business, right? There are 3 steps. There's awareness, there's ask, and there's action. Okay, but we're going to focus, this next 30 days is really focused on the awareness aspect of alignment, the awareness. And what does awareness mean? If you look it up in the dictionary, awareness means that something inside of you is happening. You're noticing, you have an awareness that something inside of you is happening, not to your neighbor, not to your competitor, not to the person next door, not to your sister, not to your significant other. It's happening inside of you. And when we can connect deeply and clearly on what's happening inside of us, that's when the magic happens. That's when the genius happens. Okay, that's when the real great stuff happens. And I've got something really important to share with you in just a couple of minutes. But I want to just conjure up in your mind, a person, when you stop and you meet someone who emanates this incredible energy and this strength and power, but yet peace and joy. See, that's a person who's aligned, and you become this magnet. You become a magnet for business, for relationships, for all kinds of things in your life. And so this is we're not just spending 30 days together just to spend 30 days together. This is going to change your life. It has changed my life, and it's going to change your life when you commit to it. Okay, it's going to change your life. That's how important this is. And again, it's best if you do it in the morning. But if you can't do it in the morning, pick your time of day. It's okay. If you have kids at home and you need to get them to school, do it when you come back, or do it on your lunch hour. The success sheet is just a guide. And if you can do it first thing in the morning, great. But if you have to do it later in the day, you'll also notice that I've broken it down into 5 minutes of stillness, 5 minutes of journaling, 5 minutes to ask yourself, what did that journal prompt, what did I learn from that about myself? What's going on inside of me based on how I answered it? The journal prompt for today is, I don't do it much, but I enjoy. So if you haven't done it yet, when you set the time to do your journal prompt today, I don't do it much, but I enjoy. Stop and ask yourself for a few minutes when it's over, what did I learn about myself from that? Right? What did I learn? And that's really important to stop and do that. And you'll also notice you still are going to have time. That's why we're calling it the 30-30 challenge, to go out and take a quick walk. Why? Because fresh air and nature and leaves and trees and all of that is something that aligns the mind. It's breathing in that fresh air brings in fresh, new, invigorating ideas. So you don't have to do it to a T. Every day is going to be different. I understand everyone's schedule is different, but I'm giving you this so that you can maximize it on the days that you're available to. Thanks, Sherry, for sharing that. Patricia Joy's Insights. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that so much. I love your comments. All right. So the thing about having that alignment, this awareness, and this aligning your mind is, again, you'll become like a magnet. And I want to share something with you that, and believe me, everything is divine timing when you're aligned. Because this was something I just read yesterday. I couldn't believe it, because here's the class today. And I knew immediately I was supposed to share it with you. So I was reading an article. Really listen into this. This is important. It's going to bring it all home for you. I was reading an article, and it was an interview with Johnny Ive. Now, Johnny Ive is, or was, Steve, he's still alive, Johnny Ive, but he was Steve Jobs' closest confidant at Apple when he was alive. I mean, they were like this. Steve Jobs and Johnny Ive, they were so close. And I don't think there was anybody closer to Steve Jobs other than, obviously his family. So thanks, Kathy, for including the journal prompt. I want to read this to you. Johnny Ive said that what Steve Jobs taught him, the most important lesson that he taught him was this: a world with abundant opportunities encourages poverty of commitment. And without commitment, you can't have focus. I'm going to read that again. It's so powerful. I had to read it 3 times yesterday. I found it to be so powerful. A world with abundant opportunities, which is where we live, encourages a poverty of commitment, right? And without commitment, you can't have focus, right? So, and focus and clarity are so important, but they've actually become overused words. And I think we've just sort of passed them by. We hear the words and we just pass it by, and we don't really listen. We don't really hear it. And I'm telling you that focus, real true focus and clarity, again, it's a daily commitment. It's a daily practice. It's not every now and then. And this practice that I'm doing with you, this journaling, this 30-30, this hones focus and it hones clarity. These are exercises that are going to strengthen those muscles. Okay. They're designed. Everything I'm doing with you is designed to strengthen your focus. Now, go with this. Here's something else he said. If you look around, most people moving the fastest are the focused ones. Isn't that true? I could think of so many people. When you're focused, you're going to move faster. But you have to understand really what focus means. Not only do they focus on a few ideas, but within the scope of the ideas, they're able to focus on the key points, right? Focus turns your energy into results. Okay? Focus turns your energy into results. So what you're going to notice by doing this 30-day challenge with me is that things are going to start happening that you never dreamed would happen if you really commit to it and you really follow along with it. Things are going to start happening, and it's things that you didn't even think possible. Okay, so just follow along with it. And I'm going to be here again next week, next Tuesday at 8 a.m. same time. Just Monday, my next few Mondays are just crazy. I'm moving 2 kids into college, one in Los Angeles, one in Oregon. So there's a bit of travel involved. And we've got a lot going on here. Kathy and Lynn can attest to that. And so we've got to do them on Tuesdays. So next Tuesday, I'll be back here. And of course, you'll get an email. You'll get a reminder. You don't have to worry about it. But I want you to really commit to this. And if you're having a problem, let us know. I think I read, let me go back up. I read that, yeah, Patricia said, I'm feeling all over the place. My intention here is to learn and stay focused. Listen, you're in the right place. We're so glad you're here. And you know what? We've all been there. We've all been all over the place, right? I've experienced it. I know all the other women here, the entrepreneurial women, and it's that's why we're doing it, so that you can stay focused, so you can move into this next level of greatness. And no matter whether things are going beautifully right now in your world, or whether you're really struggling right now in your world, either way, you have not reached your next level of greatness. I have not reached my next level of greatness, but by committing to this process every single day and sticking with this group. And again, we have a lot of women in this challenge. They're not all here right now. They're going to be listening to the replay. But we got a lot of women involved in this challenge because these women really want to finish 2022 strong. Okay. So let me go down. Looks like we have a new comment. Best thing, Joy reminds us not to look at our phones. Yes. Yeah. The phone is not your friend. The phone's not your friend until you do your Align Your Mind 30 minutes, 30. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Jen. The phone is something you want to stay away from. And Sherry, thanks. I love that. Focus does turn your energy into results. And I'm all about results, right? I've always been about results. Results are everything. Results in your health, results in your business, results in the relationships that you have with the people you care about. It's all about what are the results. Let's stop talking about it and let's start doing something about it. And that's why you're here, is to focus, to really focus. Okay. All right. Fantastic. So I'll say one more thing, and that is, I said focus turns energy into results. And then I wrote, why would you spend time on your fifth important idea? Why spend time on your fifth important idea when you could be focused on the one that's the real moneymaker, the one that's going to bring you joy, the one that's in your purpose, the one that's guiding you? Okay, that's the key. And when you have this practice, you start to see things more clearly. Again, you and I are here together today because this was real clarity for me. It just popped into my head. It fell on my head like a big, heavy book. Like, this is what you have to do. And when I put it into play and I told the team, it happened so quickly. And that's how you know that you're on target. All right. Very good. Okay. I know that it's the day after a 3-day weekend. It's been crazy, so I'm not going to keep you. But remember, we're going to be here next Tuesday. We're here for you, though, all the time. You just have to reach out. Let us know. If you have a question and you want to post it so that I'll see it, you can always reach out to Kathy, but you can post them here in the Facebook group. I'll be here every day. I'll be looking at the Facebook group, and I'll answer your questions. So you can post them right here. I'll be popping in and out. And we are doing a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway today, and we'll do one next Tuesday. Every week we'll do a giveaway. And so let me look here. Today I'm really thinking, and Kathy will be your point person on that. She'll make sure that you get in touch with her. She'll make sure you get your giveaway. You know what? Today we are giving away one of my Finding Joy Everyday Planners, which actually has a journaling page for 5 days a week, to Patricia Sokaris. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Patricia Sokaris. You're a brand new member. Thank you for showing up. We're so happy you're here. Thank you for getting into the chat and being so vulnerable. This is a great group of women to be vulnerable with. So we're going to give you one of our Finding Joy Everyday Planners. Kathy will reach out to you. And I will tell you that the Finding Joy Everyday Planner was just like this 30-30 challenge. It hit me divinely. I was supposed to do it. It came together in 4 days. 4 days, and I think we only had 1 or 2 edits. I mean, when you commit to what I'm sharing with you, everything's going to move so much faster in your life and in your business, everything. And what I love about it, it's simple. Anyone can do it, but hardly anyone does. But you're going to do it. We're going to do it together. All right. Thanks, Jen. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. That is great. Yeah. Jen uses hers. I know Mickey has one. I think Sherry has one too. So it's a great thing. All right. So I'm going to let you have your day. Again, I know it's crazy busy for everyone. I'm so glad that you joined me. And again, questions, post them here in the Facebook group. If you need anything else, please reach out to Kathy. She gave you her information. Yes, you're in the right place, Patricia. You're in the right place. That's great. Yeah, you definitely are in the right place. These women are amazing. They're incredible. And I'm honored to have them in my life. And you're going to love having them in your life. So get active here in the Facebook group. Post your wins. Post your challenges, and I will come on and answer. I'll be on at least once a day, probably twice a day. And reach out to Kathy if you need help. And remember, we're going to be back here next Tuesday, the 13th at 8 a.m. PT. All right, we're going to do a weekly check-in every week. And yeah, all right, listen, take care, stay aligned, find the joy, and I'll see you back here soon. All right, have a great day.